everyone, my name is Hannah and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the books that I have read recently in the time that I have taken off YouTube and the books that I'm currently reading or right about to read. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. I am so excited because I haven't talked about books in such a long time, and as you guys know, it's because I haven't been reading much, but recently I've just gotten back into reading, and I did that by reading poetry because poetry books are normally a lot shorter than regular novels. This first book is The Death of a Naturalist by Seamus Heaney, I want to say. I usually say Haney because of RuPaul's Drag Race. You'll get it if you watch the show, but Seamus Heaney. Basically, this is a compilation of all his poems and it is about his lifetime, and the first poem is called Digging and it is about him looking back on his life, and what follows in the rest of the book are poems about experiences, and my personal favorite one is Scaffolding. I think the imagery and the language in that poem is absolutely amazing, and since this was my first poetry book that I've ever read, it really got me into poetry. So if you are thinking of getting into poetry, I definitely recommend this book because it is great. The second poetry book that I read while I was away is Our Numbered Days by Neil Hilborn, and you may know this poet from his viral poem called OCD, and it is one of my personal favorites out of all the poems, and OCD is in this collection of poems. Our Numbered Days is amazing. It has a lot of quotes from other figures and poets that he uses in his book. In addition to OCD, my favorite poems from this book are Joey and It's Not the End of the World. The language is absolutely amazing. Joey is a poem that deals with depression, and It's Not the End of the World is a poem that deals with the mentality that it is the end of the world. Both absolutely amazing. I love them so much. I can safely say after reading this book, Neil Hilborn has become one of my favorites, if not my favorite poet that I know of currently. Moving on to the books that I am currently reading or about to read, the first one up on this list is On the Other Side by Carrie Hope Fletcher, and it is a book that I really wanted to read since it came out, and I thought it wasn't published in Malaysia, but then I walked to the bookstore and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like freaking out, and someone heard about how much I wanted this book and they gifted it to me for Christmas, so thank you so much. Or was it my birthday? I think it was my birthday. Sorry. I was given this for my birthday. Never really got a chance to delve into it until now, so I'm currently I've just started the book, but so far so good. I have a few issues with maybe the writing style, but overall it's not a bad book and it kind of is what I expected it to be, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. But once I finish this book, I will probably do a full review, so keep posted. Recently, I finally got to watch season 4 of Sherlock, which I absolutely loved. I know everyone is saying that it was crap, but honestly, I really enjoyed it. I absolutely loved it. So because I found out that season 5 is only coming out in 2019, like, I literally finished season 4 in one day. So naturally what I did was I rewatched the entire series from season 1 to 4 in a matter of a week. Yep. To kind of help me get through the rest of 2017, the whole of 2018, and a bit of 2019 until season 5 comes out, I have this, which is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It's the whole collection of all their adventures, and I bought this in Costco while I was in the US. It was on sale, so I saw this and I was like, heck yeah. I've mainly been reading the ones that have inspired the episodes in the BBC TV show, but I mean to get to the others soon. So far, I have read A Study in Scarlet and The Musgrave Ritual, and I read The Musgrave Ritual right after I finished season 4. And speaking of season 4, if you guys want me to do a review on it, I will definitely do a review on it because My last two books are on my to be read list, and recently I've been on the hunt for good historical fiction that isn't mainly romance, just because a lot of historical fiction tends to be romance, and as you guys know, I'm not really a fan of romance. So my first book is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and it is set in World War II France, and it follows the story of two sisters. And I didn't really want to read much about the book before I read it, because that's the kind of reader I am. I like to go in not knowing anything. So that's all I know about the book, but I checked, there is definitely no romance, or it's not the main focus of the story, I believe, but it is about sisterhood, and I really enjoy reading about women who help each other out. So my final book is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I'm just gonna go with Doerr because I'm terrible at names. I'm sorry. Coincidentally, this book is also set in World War II France. It follows the story of a blind little girl and a teenage German soldier, and that's all I really know about the book. Again, like I said, I don't really like reading a lot about it, but I am really intrigued by these two seemingly polar opposite characters. I'm just really excited to see the chemistry between them and how they communicate and how they interact, because I am all about that character development / interaction. Anything to do with characters, I'm here for it. If you guys have any recommendations for poetry books or historical fiction, please leave them down below. Oh my gosh, I love those two genres so much. Please help a girl out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!